So what is going on, guys? Xander Prince 93 here with another video, and today I want to pretty much put out a PSA for some help from you guys, right? So back when iPadOS was announced and it kind of gave you this weird middle ground of like desktop experience and tablet experience, the main question was like, can you use an iPad to replace a normal computer, right? A normal laptop, a normal desktop, a normal workstation situation. And obviously, for some people, it's not there yet. For some people, it's not there yet. For me, it basically is. For a lot of people, it still isn't. They still want the, whether it is Mac OS or Windows, they still want that experience of a normal desktop solution, right? And it doesn't work for everybody's workflow, but for some people it does. So what I did, I started looking up if somebody's made a docking station for the iPad yet, right? And then I came across a company called Magic Dock. So I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I'm going to show you guys, what the product was. So this is the Magic Dock. Again, I'm sharing my screen with you guys. It was on Kickstarter, and I almost backed it back in, I want to say June, July, whenever iPadOS beta came out. Because on the market, all I've seen, you either have just a regular tablet dock, or a regular tablet like stand, or you have the USB-C dongles, which I'll show you guys. I have a couple. I still have my Initech one, right? This is what you usually get. And for the most part, it works for people. Aesthetically, maybe it's not the most pleasing thing to look at, but again, you can still get a second monitor, you can still use USB-A, another USB-C, VGA, HDMI, so the ports are there. But I looked literally everywhere and I couldn't find the dock until I found this Magic Dock, right? So if you scroll through and go to the main page you see like what it is. So basically it's a, if you guys have seen the Surface like desktop with that swivel, it's that same mechanism, right? And you kind of like put the iPad on this stand. If you guys can see it right here, you put the iPad on this stand, plug it in with the USB-C port down there, and you can see that it swivels from portrait to landscape. And then on the back of it, if you really look, it's got a few ports, not a lot. You got a USB-C, USB-A, HDMI, and headphone jack, right? So the port, it's not an abundance of ports, but it's like a docking station that you can use. You can kind of plop it down at a desk with your wireless keyboard, your mouse, and then work off of a monitor. Sure, it's not like monitors aren't perfectly supported. You can only mirror your screen, and you still get letterboxed because the aspect ratio isn't the same as it would be on a normal monitor. Unless you get the perfect aspect ratio, which I'm sure you could. I think it's like a 4:3 aspect ratio or 3:2. I'm sure you could fit it exactly. And the only time it does go into full screen mode is when you're watching a video. So when you're playing games, doing anything else, you don't get the full screen mode. So why am I sharing this with you guys, right? So I'm sharing this with you guys because unfortunately, like I looked at the website again for the first time yesterday, and apparently it's dead. This guy, he was reaching for about $8,000 in funding. He got over $100,000 in funding because this is a great idea. It's well built, aesthetically looks pleasing, how it moves, how it functions. It's functional and pretty, right? And that's what people want nowadays. But then I went into the update section, which is where the owner kind of puts out updates on how the device is doing, how it's going. Because again, I almost backed this because early bird backers only had to spend $120, while this was going to retail for $250. So apparently people got impatient, they asked for refunds, he couldn't supply the refund. It was like a whole thing where people tried to almost take legal matters on him, and I feel bad because obviously he had a vision, obviously he had a solution for something that people wanted. But unfortunately, this is the only dock solution that I found for the iPad. So what I want to do is figure out a way to make this thing, right? So I want to know why it didn't work for him, because it couldn't have been a money thing, because he had $100,000 to spend on developing this and manufacturing this with some sort of third party. And I've gone to like Alibaba and manufactured shirts with logos and got it shipped from overseas, but I've never dealt with like hardware like this. And I would love to, if you guys want to spit ideas down below, if you guys know somebody, if you guys want to get involved, shoot me an email. My email's always in the description, because this would be awesome. I think this would be a great solution. I would definitely add more ports. I would probably change the mechanism a little bit, but still be able to use it in portrait and landscape, be able to kind of bend it down and draw on it. But basically, I have no AutoCAD experience. I can't create renders. I could probably do research on like how to get something like this manufactured, but again, it's a big project to take on. So I just want to bring this to your attention, see what the interest is. If the interest is enough and somebody from the comments, a subscriber, a new viewer wants to help out, again, I'd be more than happy to bring somebody on and kind of figure this out together, because I think this could be a very good solution, especially as iPadOS starts to evolve to 14 to 15, and Apple starts to adopt a more like desktop class experience where it kind of takes up the entire screen of a secondary monitor. Maybe instead of mirroring, you can use it as a secondary display, which is what ideally you want to do. I think the future is looking bright for iPad docks. And they don't exist, guys. For some reason, they don't exist. And again, like I said, you can still get away with grabbing a dongle, grabbing a USB-C hub, and doing it that way, but it doesn't look that appealing, guys. And we're in this game for the aesthetics, obviously. Function comes second. Just kidding. But that's pretty much why I wanted to make this video, kind of like a PSA announcement. Like, if anybody knows anybody that can help out, who wants to get involved, has ideas to kind of bounce back and forth, I'll be in the comment section, just kind of chilling down there, answering comments. And again, if you guys want to get in contact with me, just shoot me an email, because this would be awesome. And if other companies are watching this, also reach out. It doesn't have to be a single person. So again, that's going to do for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I got a couple more videos coming out. I got 9 iPadOS tips and tricks that you didn't know about. And then I'm going to make favorite iPad Pro accessories 2019, favorite iPadOS features 2019, and that'll pretty much round out the year, I think. I'll probably got a couple more product reviews to come out, but that's it. So I appreciate all the support. Hopefully somebody kind of help get this started with me, because this would be an amazing thing to get started. But that's it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Till next time. Peace.